Hello and welcome to LCTD. My name's Gillian Courtney and I'm the Director of Studies for the Centre for Education and Training Professionals. This short video is aimed to be an introduction to the qualification and requirements for the Level 3 certificate in Assessing Vocational Achievement. So I want to take you through the 3 different units that you'll be studying and give you an understanding of what you'll be covering and how they'll be assessed. So the first unit that you'll be looking at is understanding the principles and practices of assessment. So this unit is a theory unit and it looks at the roles and responsibilities of an assessor, considering the regulations and requirements that will affect assessment, and then the processes that you need to go through to plan assessments. So this will also include making assessment judgments to make sure that you know that they are valid, reliable, authentic, and that you can be sure that they cover the full range of criteria. So this unit is covered through a range of short written assignments that will be assessed by your assessor and then internally verified. The second unit you'll be looking at is a practical unit. So this one is assessing competence in the work environment. So this unit is very much around you working with your learner actually in their workplace. And you will be starting off by looking at creating assessment plans to ensure that the full range of criteria have been met for the qualification that you'll be assessing. And then it will look at you going out into the workplace and carrying out those assessments. So we'll be looking to ensure that a range of assessment methods have been used, such as you carrying out observations with your learners, reviewing their work product, so things like any forms or documents they might be creating in the workplace, and also carrying out questioning with the learner. There might be also other options that you could use, and those will be covered as part of your training. So in order to assess this unit, we'll be carrying out 2 observations. We'll also be looking at any work product that you create. So that might be any forms that you fill in, any assessment materials. It might be you annotating on any documents or forms that your learners created to show that you've assessed them. And in addition, we'll be carrying out a professional discussion with you to understand your reasoning as to how you've approached a particular unit or assessment, and any information that you might have gathered in addition to the actual practical work. The third unit is then around assessing vocationally related achievement. So this unit, rather than looking at the learner's individual work environment, looks at assessing their vocational skills, knowledge and understanding in a workshop or a classroom or another training environment. So it might be that you're delivering some of the learning for your learners and assessing their theory knowledge as well as their actual practical competency. So in this case, you'll again be using your assessment plan and planning for a different range of assessments to take place. So this might be things such as assignments that your learners carry out. It could be skills tests, projects that you set them. It could be case studies that they'll be working on. So again, there'll be that different range of assessments. So again, for this unit, we'll be assessing, looking at 2 different observations. The work product that you're creating, so it could be your assessment and your marking on that work product. And again, we'll carry out a professional discussion to cover off any of the little gaps that there might be around the assessment criteria. So in addition to these 3 units, you'll also need to be able to provide an up-to-date CV that shows you've got occupational competence in the area you'll be assessing. And this will be supported by a CPD log. So this will show that you're carrying out continuing professional development and that you are aware of all the changes and current requirements of your particular field. In addition to that, you'll need to take part in at least 2 standardisation meetings. So the first standardisation meeting will be between yourself, any current experienced assessors working on the qualification, who will also be required to countersign any of your work, and also the IQA, so the internal quality assurer for the qualification. So your first standardisation meeting is going to talk around the qualifications, making sure you're aware of the criteria and agreeing the assessment methods that are going to be used for each of the different units. Once you've taken part in that and you're really confident with the different criteria and the assessments for the actual units, you'll carry out your practical assignments. So you're working with your learners. So you'll need to identify 2 different candidates that you can work with, and you'll be taking them through the qualifications, planning and carrying out the assessment and providing feedback as to their progress. And that's what we will be assessing you on as you work with those two learners. The second standardisation meeting will then focus on reviewing the assessments that you've actually carried out and comparing them to other assessors to ensure that the judgments are being made in a similar way and that we are standardised across the range of the qualification and how we're assessing and the levels that we're assessing to. Once you've got evidence of these two standardisation meetings, they'll form part of your portfolio for this qualification. Now, in some cases, there may be other methods of assessment that will be brought in. So it might be that we could use witness testimonies as well in evidence of where you've been working. But that will be agreed with your assessor as you work through your qualification. So what are your next steps? Well, it's important at this point that you talk with your tutor and plan when you're ready to actually undertake your written assignments. Make sure that you've completed all of your learning on laser, and then we can agree how and when the observations and the practical assessments will take place. So if you're at all unsure, please get in contact with your tutor as soon as possible and we can put that assessment plan into place with you. So it now leaves for me to just wish you a lot of luck with your qualification, and please do stay in touch with your tutor if you have any queries or concerns. Thank you.